Yeah, I'm Steve.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Wait a minute, isn't that what I said? It's me and Steve?
Yeah.
Are we live here?
No, you said you were Steve.
Oh, we are
I
live.
know it's 2021, but you don't do that.
What, 2021? What's that mean? That
Like
it's 2021?
you said, hey, it's me, Steve.
Oh, did I say, hey, it's me, Steve?
That's what you said.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, we're going to get right to it.
Yes.
We are going to be doing a series of radio shows
This coming week.
this coming week. And you'll also be able to listen to radio shows next week as well because we're pre-recording them. We have a lot of topics, a lot of interesting things to talk about.
So many.
This Friday, you'll hear a radio show with me.
Thursday.
Yeah. Well, no, it'll be no, yeah, it will be Thursday. Yeah, that's right. It will be Thursday. Thursday there'll be a radio show with myself, Steve, Lindy, Chris. We're all going to be on doing the show.
Woo!
And we're going to be talking about Jeanette De Palma, which was a satanic killing in New Jersey, a satanic ritual killing. And there was a few other satanic killings in New Jersey. There's actually quite a few.
New Jersey's a weird state.
Well, that's why they have the weird New Jersey. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why they have it. But we're going to be talking about today some very interesting things. Also, I wanted to tell you about Thursday, though. We're going to be telling you how to survive as a survivalist, as a prepper, when it's time to take the mark.
I'm excited.
Because people have, you know what? There's a million survival shows on TV.
Yeah.
There's a million survival things on YouTube.
Sure.
How to store your food, what kind of food, where to hide it. But nobody tells you how are you going to survive
at the end of times.
At the end of times, if you decide not to take the mark, where everybody else can go in and buy, sell, trade, but you might not be able to.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how to do that. It's going to be hard, but you're going to learn.
Could you technically, never mind.
Go ahead, tell me.
Could you technically kill somebody and skin them and then use their mark instead?
Do what?
Use their mark.
No,
So you don't have to take it.
That is something I thought of. And
I've actually... a scalper.
Yeah, I've actually discussed it. And even though you technically didn't take the mark, you would be using it. I don't know. That's debatable. I'm not sure.
I mean, because here's a perfect example. When Isaac was giving out his blessing, Jacob's mother trusts him in sheep wool, because he wanted to give his blessing to Esau, but they tricked him. So then, since he got the blessing was already given to the wrong person.
That's true.
You never know.
You don't know. So anyway,
things can be tricky.
We're not going to get into that discussion right now because there is so much to talk about. You need to make sure
you're listening because this is all stuff we're going to talk about this week
on Thursday. Yeah,
on Thursday. Sorry.
That part on Thursday, but right now we are going to talk about some crazy stuff. One of the things that I heard in the news, there's actually two things that I heard in the news, and I want my long-term regular customers may remember this. I have a video of it somewhere. It may even be here on YouTube. We went out to Montauk 2, and it's in New Jersey.
Yes.
It's actually in Port Norris. At the time, I didn't know what that town was called, but it's called Port Norris. And you're driving down the Hickville Road. And no, seriously, that's what it is.
That's really what it's called?
No, it's what I call it. I call it Hickville. I call it Hickville. But I'm driving down the road, and you'll see there's a little bit of dirt, and you just turn onto this dirt path.
Yeah.
And you have to know where it is, or I couldn't give you directions. You'd have to get in my car, and I'd show you. But if you guys remember, we did a video, and Lindy was in it, and we saw these purple. I know this sounds like somebody was high as hell. Purple creatures. Do you guys remember that we were talking about these purple creatures that? It was a creature, not creatures. There was one, but it would blend into the tree what was that movie with Schwarzenegger? What is it?
Labyrinth?
No, that's David Bowie.
Yeah.
No. Is it Terminator? Was it Terminator?
I don't
Predator.
Predator. predator.
Yeah, it was this green thing, and it would blend in with the woods, and
oh yeah.
Well, that's what this thing did, but it was purple, and all of a sudden you'd be looking in there, it was, and I said, you know what? Montauk 2 was a lot about mind control.
Yes.
And about screwing with people's minds and getting their minds to create and bring things into this physical reality.
So you don't think it was real?
Oh, no, it was real.
Oh, it was.
But my point is, I don't think anybody else believed me, except for the people that I was there with that saw it. Now, here's the thing. Last week in the news, you guys should Google this. Purple creatures showing up. Purple creatures.
For real?
It was in the news, yes. So now at least somebody can finally believe me about this, because this was regular news last week. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday's news, possibly Friday. But either way, if you Google it, it'll come up. And what they were telling you is, if you come across one of those creatures, to get away from it.
The purple ones.
That it can blend into a tree, into the woods, into a surrounding, but you don't want to get near it because it opens up a dimension. It itself is not only like a living entity of some sort, but it opens up a dimension, and people no, like this is regular straight up news. And I wasn't aware of that it did that at that time. But if you remember, if you guys just think back, look, I'm telling you now, Google it. This is last week's news. But I did a thing on this years ago, and no one else did. And I know half of you thought I was cracked in the head. Well, finally, I'm being proven right. Finally. Because if you remember in that video, Lindy was in the car, and then she didn't remember any time or time passing or going. It's like she was like gone and then back in the car. Like we drove through a portal. We have it like on video. Like I know I can find that video somewhere. I have this other website that not a lot of people know about, and I can find it and pull that video off of there. But a lot of you did see the video at the time, and it may even be on YouTube. So if you go and look at that video too, you can look at the date I put it on there, and then Google the news when they're talking about these purple creatures, and you're gonna be like, holy shit, she was right. Because some of the things we do a radio show on or do videos on, I know people have got to be like, there's no way that's for real, but it is for real. So anyway, now is that what it is? Did you find it on Google?
I'm looking for purple creatures.
If you find it on Google, give the link out. But no, it was regular news. Okay,
what?
So
Rare sight, strange jelly-like creatures delight Newport beachgoers.
No, that's not it. This is like a purple creature. All right, so now we're gonna talk about something.
So what if they try to trap them? Could they trap them and use them to open up dimensions?
They can disappear. They can come and go. But it's just so odd. Like, I didn't expect anybody to believe me then, but now I do. Because, come on.
Yeah.
It's in the regular news now. Along with the UFOs that went into the sea and everything else, the aliens, everything else I've been telling people about. It's starting to, but now let's get to this crazy stuff. Now for those of you listening, we have to watch what we're saying. So we're going to use the term paint class. Paint class. Like you're taking a watercolor class. Paint class.
Oh, like if they were using a red color paint.
A paint class, yes. Okay.
Gotcha.
But we will tell you what we're really talking about in our advertising tonight, okay? So paint class. So I did some legitimate research on this paint class that's held in Washington, D.C. And when I first heard about the paint class and everybody that ordered the paints, various colors of paints, and they'd get their paints delivered, and there was classified emails about the paint class and blah, blah, blah. I honestly thought that it was bullshit. I thought it was conspiracy gone over the edge.
Right.
Like, I mean, I know that many conspiracies are true. They are proven true. Just like when we gave syphilis to all those black men, when we let polio out of the tailpipe in Chicago, when we spread different viruses and flus around, when we radiated children's milk, all these things have been proven to be true. But at the time, when people spoke about them, they were called a nut job, conspiracy theorist, the whole bit. And then, even FEMA camps, if you remember FEMA camps.
They're turning, I forgot to tell you, they're turning the old Kmarts into FEMA camps.
Really?
Yes.
Where'd you hear that?
Yes. I did. I saw it. It was, they were doing this thing. God, I wish, where did I see that at? They were turning, it was a Kmart, and the whole exterior of it was like barbed wire. Like, okay, that's kind of normal, I guess, if you don't want people on your property.
Yeah.
But they had
you're doing
a tower in the
construction.
corner, like it looked like a gun tower in the corner.
And did they say that's what they're doing with
That's
it?
what they said. They didn't say that, but that's what they were showing. And there's more.
Well, I did hear that they're reopening internment camps.
They are,
and that's fact.
There was more Walmart trucks going in and out of their Area 51 again.
Are you serious?
Like just recently, yeah.
You know what? That's another thing. Go back to my old radio shows, whether it be Blog Talk Radio or whether it's on YouTube. That I have said for years and years and years that Walmart works very closely with the government, and there's a lot more than food and toys and clothes being transported in those trucks. Because when I went out to Area 51, before I got to Area 51, I'm in the desert, a couple 100 miles away from anything.
Right.
There's nothing there. And what you did see was Walmart trucks. In fact, it was the only thing you saw because they knew no one else was going to see them.
Exactly.
And I remember before I went out there, I was in Orlando, Florida, and there was a leaflet drop. Somebody dropped off these like leaflet magazines, like they let them go.
Yeah.
And they were saying that Walmart trucks were transporting guillotines. That the Walmart truck had broken down outside of this farm. The farmer went to help him. The door was open and there were guillotines inside. Now, at the time, you don't know whether to believe that or not.
Right.
I wasn't there. I don't know. But the guy took pictures of it and he printed them. That's and he crazy. Stapled all these papers together and he was letting people have them.
Well, where I'm over where I'm from, they were they set up the Kmart that just went out of business as a vaccination station.
Where? Vaccination station.
Kmart, yeah, it's the largest one in Central PA.
We're gonna tell you how to get around that too.
Yeah, Thursday. Sorry, that just came off the top of my head.
We're gonna tell you how to get around that and legitimately get around it. I'm not talking about using a fake passport because you don't want to do that because it is $5,000 fine, a year in jail, a year in prison. It's not something you want to do at all. So anyway, back to this. What was I saying?
We were going to talk about the paint class.
Okay, so the paint class.
They were ordering their paint.
So anyway, as you guys know, there's a lot of conspiracy theory out there. And some of it is just so off the wall. This about the paint class was so off the wall to me that I didn't believe it. But something happened in the news and I thought, let me check this out. Let me do some research. So I did some research on the person that owns the paint class. And lo and behold, the finances of this person and who they know would be impossible.
Right.
To own just a paint class. Like, okay. Why would all these politicians be going to your paint class?
Right.
Why are they ordering paints of various colors I've never heard of? So, doing the research, I found out that what I thought wasn't true actually was. And then there is a very famous actor that I know. He excuse me, he usually does a lot of religious shows, but he's an actor.
Mm-hmm.
And he came out and said that there are very wealthy people and celebrities who are engaging in the paint class,
right,
and in the sacrifice of certain paints. You understand?
yeah. Well,
Mm-hmm.
it seems like there's a lot of paint around the border, the edges.
There is a lot of paint around the borders.
Yeah.
And we're in April now, so I think May 1st, Biden has opened up will open up all the borders, and they can flood in like red tide. They can flood like red tide.
But
And
the thing of it is
that's a lot of red paint.
paint is being stolen by
Paint is being stolen.
artists
Yep.
who are using them for illicit reasons.
Yeah, I mean, paint is supposed to be used to paint a picture.
Yes.
You shouldn't drink and eat paint to preserve your age.
Right.
You shouldn't do that.
No.
I mean, there's lead-based paints.
I wonder if these people are going to know what we're talking about.
Well, some of our people are going to know what we're talking about. Some of our other people are too dumb to know what we're talking about. No, I'm serious.
We love you all.
Yep, we do. Even those that,
Well,
you know.
Love's strong, but we like you all.
Yeah, and you know what? It's just like I told people about BLM months and months and months ago last year. I said, look, I did the research into BLM. I looked at their financial records, which all of you can do. You all can look at their financial records.
Right.
It goes to 3 people. They are not nonprofit. It goes under Blue Umbrella as the Democratic Party. Why do you think she buying mansions?
Yeah.
There's no black families being helped. There's no black murder victims. There's no black places for children to play in Chicago. No youth groups.
Right.
That money is not being spent on anything to help the black community. So nobody white, nor black, nor any color should give them people a red cent. Because BLM is just taking your money. I know the allergies are bad.
Yeah.
You see the pollen on the car? My God, I'm going to choke to death with that. So, now, Steve, you're going to go ahead and talk, and you're going to tell them about the ritualistic killings and the Holy of Holies.
Should I say those words? Or?
Well, yeah, because we're not talking about the paint class right now.
Okay, so we're not talking about the paint class.
We're talking about other legitimate, stuff that apparently YouTube doesn't mind.
Right. So I know that they're in the whole. It was reported that in the Holy.
This is on regular news too.
Yeah, definitely on regular news. There was a priest. He came out and said that the Holy of Holies is cloud. We use mess, but he said clouding up. For those of you who don't know what the Holy of Holies is, that's the place. It's the only place on earth where certain classes of priests can go and communicate directly with God, and it's been like that since they built the temple.
But it's only like one at a time.
Right? Yeah, it's one at a time.
Because if you can't be in there, you'll get killed.
And it's where God's presence, I guess, is concentrated enough for them to communicate. And yeah, and you have to be a certain blood of a certain bloodline because God's presence is so strong there that it will kill you. But the fact is it hasn't been seen for such a long time. But now all of a sudden you see everything's getting put into motion. You see the volcanoes going off and the earthquakes and the mass shootings.
Yeah, but tell them about the Holy Holy. It's cloudy.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's cloudy.
Yeah, it's cloudy. But you didn't tell them why it's cloudy. Like, what does that mean?
That means that God's coming back.
Well, okay. Look, I'm going to get a little more in detail with it. Okay, when you go in there and it's cloudy, and it is cloudy right now for the first time ever, it is because they know that the Antichrist has reached the age to step into power. And he's here.
Yes, right.
He's at the age to step into power. He could step in at any time. Now, personally, I believe he will step into power in the next 4 to 4.5 years.
Why do you say that?
Well, because you gotta like the dementia-riddled dictator do his thing to cause enough chaos. And I'm not saying, now listen now, I'm not saying our country is the most important and it all depends on us, because it doesn't.
No.
Because the Antichrist is a global thing. He's going to be global. Just like, never mind, you know what I said today in the car about H's, about her T is global?
Yeah.
I said this woman's twat was global, that she had a global twat. And I'm not going to tell you why. I'm not even going to say anything else. This pollen's getting to me. I'm so sorry. If my voice is going in and out, I'm not sick. It's just really the pollen. I have allergies. I didn't take the allergy pill. And that's all I'm going to say about this global twat. Okay, because it gets around. Anyway.
But our government has the resources and the ability to screw up the rest of the world.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, not that the United States is most important or that we're better than anybody else, because I don't believe that at all. I have traveled to other countries, so I know. I've been in and out. I'm not going to say nothing about global, okay? I've been in and out. So, but what I am saying is the other countries are stable in their belief systems. They are stable in what they want, or they're even stable in their own chaos. Okay, and they do have chaos within, some of the countries, and it is what it is. But this country, the United States, creates chaos for others. Now, right now, I don't know how many of you pay attention to the news, but I'm up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the a.m. every day. Seriously, I read about 20, 30 different news sources. I keep them all in one place, and I just go right down the thing and read them all. But the things I read, you're not getting on the regular news today, because you can't. Because they're too busy praising Biden or his dog or his wife or who else knows. Who the hell else knows or cares? But what's going on is this. We're about to create war with Russia. We're about to create war with Israel. We're about to create war with the Palestinians. We're about to create war with North Korea. We're about to have war in Afghanistan. I mean, look, this guy, he's just chaos. We're about to have war within our own country. Hell, we already are. We're having riots every day.
Yeah.
We're having riots in Philadelphia. We're having riots in Minneapolis. We're having riots in D.C. We're having riots in New York. In fact, what place are we not having riots? I don't know.
think there is.
Yeah, honestly.
Seattle.
I mean, somebody gets shot, everybody goes looting. Somebody gets shot, everybody gets a new TV.
I don't understand that.
I don't either. I mean, when I'm grief-stricken, and I've been grief-stricken before, my first thought is not to go
Get a new pair of Air Maxes.
Yeah, my first thought is not to get a new TV. It's just not. I mean, it could be a cultural thing. No, I'm serious. Like, I'm not being mean. It could be a cultural thing.
Oh,
like
my God. Let's go get a television.
No, like, for real. Like, fat people, sometimes, if they're depressed, they may eat. They could eat. They get depressed.
They might eat.
Yeah, they might eat.
They might eat.
Yeah.
Anxiety.
They might eat. New Jersey is the land of diners. I mean, we're all fat over here because we're heading to the diners. So, it's...
Fat and big hair.
Yeah, big hair, fat butts. It just could be a cultural thing. Like, I know I don't like... Because I'm out in the middle of nowhere, if I have to, say, I want to grab... Well, it used to be Coke Zero, but I'm too white for them, so... it has to be a Pepsi, although I did get a Coke Zero today. I forgot I was white. I did. I know. It's sitting right here, too. That's why he's laughing.
You forgot you were white.
Yeah, because they told me not to be so white. That's what Coke says. Don't be so white. But anyway, if I have to grab something really quickly, I only have 2 places I can go out in these boondocks. I can go over the bridge to a Wawa.
Through the woods.
And through the woods to Granny's house and get a Wawa. A tea at Wawa. Or I can go down Buck Shoot'em Road. That tells you where I live.
Buck Shoot'em.
I go down to Buck Shoot'em Road to the Dollar General, where I will see Big Bessie with her gigantic bingo wings flapping, talking about where be my EBT card.
Yo.
No, she's not black. Big Bessie's white. She's in Crackertown. Seriously, Laurel Lakes. Laurel Lakes. I try to stay away from there. But she was yelling. Her bingo wings were flapping. I got my EBT's card.
Where be my EBT card?
Yep. Get your asses in line. I need my food. And we're talking about white people.
I gotta buy me some
So
bread.
if anybody wants to call me racist, these people are white, okay? They're an embarrassment to my race, seriously. They're an embarrassment. But anyway, so I'm in the middle of nowhere. And that's how my life has to be. But anyway, what was I saying about what now? Okay. So Antichrist.
Of the age.
Of the age. Okay, so anyway, the Holy of Holies has become clouded. This was on regular news being reported from the Vatican. So it's become clouded because the Antichrist is walking the earth. He's here and he's of the age to take over. Now, you asked me when I thought he would. I said 4.5 years. I'm not an expert. I don't know. But my guess is, because like I said, we think we are the number one country. We think that we're the best. What we are the best at is causing chaos all over the damn place because we have that dementia dictator in place.
The whole other world,
dictator.
The rest of the. I was just talking to somebody from Holland last night. They think they're waiting. They're waiting for America to implode on itself so they can attack.
We are. And you better believe they're waiting for us to implode, and we are. We are because here's what you have happen. You have a different culture. You got a different system. A black person gets shot, fuck it. Everybody's getting a TV and a pair of Nikes. White person gets shot, crickets.
Yeah.
Nobody's riding. Nobody's getting a TV. And that pisses me off. I need my new TV. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think anybody should be riding, looting, because here's what's happening. In your communities, you are killing your communities. You're just killing them. You're just killing them. And I looked up the statistics on the white shootings and the black shootings, and there are more white shootings. I know people don't want to hear it. You don't want to believe it because you're on this path of woe is me. Everybody's down on me. But it's actually not the case. They just shot a white kid in the face yesterday. Why? Because he's fucking stupid. He aimed a gun at a cop.
Yep.
Now, I'm be honest with you. In order to think logically, if you have half a brain, you have to put yourself in the position of the person that you either can't stand or you're downing. I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to pretend to be a cop. I am outside. I see a guy point a very real-looking gun at me through the window.
Shoot him.
My life or his. Screw that. Bang, bang. I'm walking away.
Cop or no cop.
You are 17 years old or 16, however old he was. He was white, 16, 17 years old, honor student, aims a gun at a cop. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? Now, I was watching the George Floyd thing today, and I'm ready to send this cop up the river. His ass needs to be in prison. He's got his knee on his neck, his knee on his back. He killed him. He's a murderer. Send him to prison. Because we've all seen the video.
Or have we?
Or have we? Exactly. Or have we? Because for the first time today, I actually saw all of the video. The first time today, I saw the video with all the cops' body cam. And we have all been told that he did not resist arrest, that he was sitting there calmly, that he did nothing wrong. And this cop came along and sat on his throat and his neck to kill him. Well, if you watch that trial today, you know that's not the truth. He fought, he kicked, the cops were very nice to him. Chauvin showed up at the end. Now, I'm going to tell you, I don't like Chauvin. I don't like his face. I believe he's probably a pisser ant.
Yeah.
I believe he's a pisser. Probably. I believe he is.
He's nasty looking.
I do. I think he's probably nasty. Very nasty. But he was following procedure. He was doing what he was trained to do. And the guy did resist arrest. I did not know that. Now I do. So I think the news media needs to stop with the short little clips of videos and not showing people the full thing. But I mean, what is it? CNBC, MSN, MSNBC. They've been doing this now for quite a while.
MSNBC,
They keep getting
CNN.
caught. But anyway, so we do have other countries waiting for us to implode, and we are. We are imploding with race wars and rioting and looting and Antifa. I don't. Antifa's not even a race, right? They're just like a bunch of thousand gendered people that don't know who they are.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, they're
Like, what are they?
they look like aliens. Some of them.
Yeah, I saw one of these Antifas
One
the
of
other
these
day.
Antifas.
One of these Antifa rodents.
One of these Tivers.
Yeah, and it looked like, I thought it was a chick,
They have like
but then it was like a guy.
many colored hairs.
Anyway, getting back to the satanic ritual stuff, we need to get back to this. So, Steve, talk about the Holy of Holies being clouded, and we know what that means now, which is extremely scary. And like I said, the reason I believe we have 4.5 years is because this president is going to screw so much up. He's going to cause so much chaos and so much war that by the time he's done, that is when the Antichrist will step in. I believe, because I do believe he's going to just cause so much chaos.
Yeah.
I mean, he's letting all the illegals in, regardless of whether they or murderers, drug dealers, have other offenses. It doesn't matter. He's just letting them in. He's not doing anything about the rioting, the looting, gang violence.
He did tell people not to loot.
No, you can't. What do you mean you can't tell people not to loot?
Well, Biden did.
Huh?
Biden told him not to loot.
He told him not to loot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's like me telling a 1-year-old. Like, come on.
Just saying.
It's like,
I'm just saying.
Please don't loot.
Please don't.
Please don't loot.
Please.
How about you send the military in there?
Yeah.
And you say, all right, I can watch the mouth on YouTube. But you say, all right, you're going to go home now, or you will go home now. There's ways of doing things.
Right. Yeah, no.
And I'm not saying people don't have the right to protest, because you absolutely do.
Right.
You do have the right to protest.
Peacefully.
But peacefully.
Not looting. Burning things down.
And what people don't realize is,
let's not do that.
These people's businesses, their insurance doesn't cover civil unrest.
Black people's businesses.
Black people's businesses.
They're destroying them.
That you're wrecking.
They're destroying black people's businesses in the name of Black Lives Matter.
Yep.
That is...
And Antifa.
I don't get it.
And their business insurance will not cover it because it's civil unrest.
Right.
So, anyway, we have this going on. But let's get to why the paint class store is collecting so much paint right now.
So they're collecting paint
because wait, I'm going to tell you real quick. And then Steve's going to elaborate because he talks too slow.
Oh my God.
Okay, sorry. Again, there's the pollen's killing me. So here we go. So the paint is being collected. The paint is being given. Lots of paint plants are being slaughtered for their paint. Paint plants. Because it is what is needed to corrupt the Holy of Holies and to corrupt the multi-dimensional, oh my God, what is it called? Ark of the Covenant. Because it's corrupting it right now. But you have to have that blood sacrifice. Now, these blood sacrifices have been going on.
Paint classes.
Oh, sorry, paint classes. These paint classes have been going on forever. These satanic killings have been going on forever, which we will be talking about Thursday with the Jeanette De Palma case and multiple other cases that we will actually give you their names, give you their locations, so you can do your own research on this. But this will show you these have been going on since long before the 70s. These things have just been going on. And now we're coming to this big crescendo because we're bringing him about and we're giving him all the power. And we're taking the power of that multidimensional Ark of the Covenant away from seekers, because there's seekers on the earth who are going to be able to have access to the Ark of the Covenant. There's so many seekers on the planet. There's not a lot of them, but okay, so all right, so let's just say 5% of the people are seekers. Some of them don't even know they are. But those people are going to be able to access that Ark of the Covenant. But if we do satanic bad blood rituals and call upon that magic that is being done with small paint tubes, it's supposed to prevent the seekers from getting to that stuff. But I think this
young paint.
I know one seeker who was very well prepared. Very well prepared. He's actually a customer of mine. I've met him. He's smart. He kind of reminds me of Rambo. Like not old Sylvester Stallone, but like younger Rambo. And he's highly intelligent, very intelligent. Like if somebody said to me, "Tell me what you think of this guy," I would say that he was like CIA with high tech kick your ass training.
Yeah.
That is what I would say. I know that he's a seeker.
Ready for the day.
Yeah, I do know that there are other seekers that are going to be coming to the website, but they have to know and feel that that is what they are. Like, I had another guy who said, "Well, I think I am," and then he looked at it and he's like, "No, I'm not," and he's right because he would know.
Right.
He would know. Now, this guy, what makes this stuff so interesting is the other guy is more of a judge and juror. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's going to be a very good one, because I tried to explain to him about this woman one time that, you know, if I ever became terminally ill with a cancer or something, I would definitely kill her because of what she did to this little child. It was absolutely horrible. And like, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. You know, I mean, like if I was ever like terminally ill and like prison didn't matter, you know what I mean? Like something like that. But just kidding. But anyway, he is extremely tough. He's what I call badassery, just like the seeker guy I know. He's total badassery. You know, it's hard to find a real man anymore. I'll be honest with you.
Amen, sister.
Amen. No, like I'm serious. Like it's really hard to find a real man. Like this guy, the seeker, he's a real man. He has a family, his children. He knows what he's doing. He's a real man. The other one, he's badassery. He's a real man. He's got one kid. He's a real man. He's a little fucked up, and he hears me talking about this, he's gonna laugh because he knows I'm right. Mm-hmm. But he's got his shit going on. Like, I don't think he would do anything he shouldn't do to anybody that shouldn't have done to. But he's gonna be the one that's gonna melt that shit out.
You want him on your side at the end of time.
Well, no, I got my own piece. I'm good. No. But no, and actually, that's the piece that we busted, Steve. Yes. When we were making it, when we busted it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the piece. But it's almost done now, if you're listening. And we are in the stages of this week testing it.
Things that happen.
Yeah, and then it should go out to you next week, just so you know. So anyway, so you know what's going on, Steve. So explain how they're putting this all in use and why the borders are being opened so they can have fresh paint.
Yeah.
Whenever they need it.
It's really simple. So they're creating. I feel like it's a fake crisis, but I mean, they're collecting them at the borders. The paint is at the borders, so that way they know where to find the paint.
Yeah.
And they're going to take the paint away from the borders and bring it into the center of the painting, so that way they can have more paint classes.
Exactly.
That way they can have more paint classes.
And there's lots of paint to go around.
That the more paint classes they have, the more powerful they'll be able to come. I'm talking about like youthfulness, agelessness, wealth beyond measure. It's everything.
Well, I remember the other day I was talking to Jim Caviezel.
Yeah, right.
And he was telling me, he's like, Dee, listen, this is really good. Oh shit.
What?
That guy I said, it's not the actor. That's a different guy. I said Jim Caviezel. Yeah, and they're gonna think I'm talking about the actor.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no, it's not the actor. But anyway, he was saying that it's really going on. Yeah. Anyway, I keep going.
And it's not, you know what, it's not like they're even trying to keep it a secret. Like, Gag was like taking baths and blood, like paint. Sorry,
Yeah.
she painting herself. She was making these things called spirit paintings. Is that what they were called, or?
Yeah, and at the time, a lot of people thought it was
Like,
just for
oh, it's so
show.
hokey. It's like they do this stuff right in front of us, so that way it becomes second nature. Like, oh, look what they're doing, ha ha.
Well,
It's
not
so
just second
funny.
nature, but so that you think, oh,
Yeah,
it's
so
stunt.
it's fake.
It's a
Yeah,
stunt for a celebrity stunt.
yeah, and it's
But
not. They're actually doing this stuff, and they. I mean, where's the best place to hide something? In plain sight.
right in front of your face.
And they've been doing this, people, for years. For years. I mean, even something as stupid, and I've written about this before, even something as stupid as the devil horns for rock and roll.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's they've become so commonplace, and they're like, oh, that don't mean nothing, but maybe it might not mean something to you or the guy down the street, but these people communicate with each other with these certain symbols and these certain sign languages, and that's how they communicate. It could be, oh, look, we got a whole bunch of paint we can do paintings with later, or something stupid, something like that. I mean, it's not stupid, but it's things that we wouldn't even think. It's so common, they put it out there, and it's so commonplace. Or they make movies about it. Hollywood makes movies about it, so that way it seems, when we say people are doing it for real, it seems so finagled that they're like, okay, yeah, right,
Yeah,
that's
it's
really what's
just
happening.
fiction.
But this stuff's been shown to you and drilled into your head for ages, that when it actually is happening, you're not going to believe it because it seems so larger than life. Like, how could that actually happen? But it's happening.
Yeah, and the thing is, this show that we decided to do tonight, it was just kind of off the cuff.
Right.
But to let you guys know that we are having very organized shows that are going to be on tomorrow and every day after that. There's going to be a whole bunch of them. But there is a lot going on. And one of the things I wanted to talk about is what a lot of people don't know is when we're talking about corruption. Imagine if you're looking out a window or you're sitting on your porch and you see a beautiful sunny day, and then everything starts to turn into black and white, like a curtain coming down. That's what's going on to a lot of good things. Like a lot of them, like for example, the Knights Templar, okay? A lot of people do not know, in fact, most of the people do not know that there is a group, Knights Templar, where they are modern, like right now, there's groups of them. One group in particular, again in New Jersey, North Jersey, that is doing painting, sacrifice. Screw it, I'm just gonna say it. They're doing blood sacrifice, because they say through the blood sacrifice in this ritual that they perform, they are able to find this treasure. Now, the treasure is not money. The treasure is not money. The treasure is a dimension where they can walk into, become who they want to, like the real person, entity, spirit, God, Antichrist, whatever, and come out and actually be that. Like they're not taking on their body or their personality, but they are that. Can you wrap your mind around that though?
No, I mean, what if one person...
I mean, do you even understand what I said?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they keep doing these rituals because they know through the ritual
that they can walk into the portal and become whoever they want to.
Yeah, now they haven't been successful yet. They've not been successful yet. They keep trying.
That's why they're doing the rituals in the first place.
Yeah, but now they're doing them more and more and more, but they have not been successful as of yet. So, Steve, tell them,
probably what they do after the Met Gala. Stuff like that.
Okay, keep talking to them. I gotta answer this customer real quick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, they do all kinds of weird stuff. I mean, even the people that go to these big soirees, like the parties over in France that they have with the...
Or the masquerade.
Yeah, at the Rothschilds place where they all get together and they drink the paint. Well, I guess
Well, you know what? I'm going to give you an example. Every January, they have the Vampire Symposium, right?
Yeah.
Every January, without fail. And I usually put the piece up. I didn't put it up yet. I'm going to. In fact, I'll let you go ahead and write that piece up tonight if you want to.
Yeah.
The Vampire Symposium. What you can do is look on the website so you don't have to do all the typing. Do the copy and paste about what the Vampire Symposium is.
Okay.
And then put it that it was for this this past year. But here's what I want to tell you. So as you know, every year there's one. And every year they give it out to the new people or people, whatever, that have done well and have a little extra something. It's
right.
To give to a family member they want to bring with them, or a family member that they trust, or whatever the situation may be. But this year was like, it wasn't like any year before. This year, what do you think they gave out?
Paint.
No. They had plenty of paint. What they gave out was a new vampire body of immortality. And they call it, they say, with wings.
With wings?
Yeah, and I thought they meant like physical wings. Like,
right.
I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. But apparently the wings are just, it means an envelopment of other people or vampires that you like, an envelopment of them to withstand the end of the age. And they performed this ritual called the end of an age. And when they got done performing it, in the center there, a man stood in flesh.
Yeah.
He stood in flesh. And I know that it's just gonna sound like very hokey, but honestly, you guys know I don't do hokey. He was very well dressed.
Uh-huh.
But here's the thing. He was in a really nice, well-fitted suit.
Okay.
And he was bald. Now, do you remember that vision I had?
Of the Antichrist. And
he was bald, but I couldn't see his face.
Right.
I could only see the side of his face and his ears.
Yeah.
And he was very muscular. His skin was tan. That's who stood in the center of the circle. But what really caught my attention, this caught my attention because I kept thinking back to this interview by this actor who said they had sacrificed children and used their skin to make boots. Oh, what's that actor's name? Oh my God. He was in Goonies. He was in Goonies, and his best friend died.
Corey something.
Yeah. Is it Corey?
Yeah, it was Corey something.
No, that's Corey Haim, right?
Corey Haim, yeah.
Who's the other one that didn't die? Yeah. Well, I'll
look it up.
He said that there were children that were sacrificed, including that little girl from the Poltergeist. He said she was one that was sacrificed. Yeah, I see him.
Rowan, Sean Astin, Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman, that's it. All I could think about while I was watching this was Corey Feldman. That's all I could think about. Because he talked about this child sacrifice and how...
not only that, the abuse.
Yeah, how he had looked down at the boots, and the executive producer had said, these were made out of children, and it was human flesh. And how he had said that the little girl in Poltergeist was actually sacrificed, and the older girl was sacrificed. It was different means of sacrifice, even though one was murder and one was death. It was different means, but he said that's what it was. But he said the boots were made out of a child's flesh. So when this guy was standing in the middle of the circle, and there's hundreds of these immortal vampires there, like hundreds of them.
Yeah.
I mean, not that that's all there is in the planet or world or anything, but that's just what happens to go to the symposium.
Right.
Yeah, I have to get invited to go to it.
I mean, it's a vampire symposium.
Huh?
I said it is a vampire symposium.
Yeah, but not everybody goes.
Right.
Or there'd be probably thousands of them. So I'm standing there, and they do their ritual, and they're gonna pass out their jewels to the people. I call them jewels, their rings or pendants, whatever they're giving out that year, to the people that are there. And this is called With Wings, but it was okay. So let me tell you. Okay, so anyway, they do their ritual,
right?
And then the center circle, and it's just a round circle, stands this guy, and he's in a very nice, well-tailored suit, and I can see the muscles. And I had to move through a few people, and I see he's bald. And I'm like, no. And the next thing I saw, now, was he wearing dress shoes? No. He was wearing a pair of cowboy boots.
Right.
Made out of human flesh.
Yeah. So I was going to say cowboy boots
made out of child's flesh. And all I could think of was, what's his name? Feldman. What's his name?
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman. That's all I could think of was Corey Feldman at the time. But, so who do you think was in the center circle?
Who do I think it was?
Yeah. Who do you think was in the center circle?
It was the Antichrist guy.
It was. It was.
For who was it?
I don't know his name. But it was him, and he was bald. I'm letting you all know now. He's bald. The guy's bald. Very tan skin, built well. And I, for the first time, saw his face. Because when I had those vision dreams months ago, I couldn't see his face.
Right.
But he is, oh my God, I wish I could draw.
Who does he look like?
Okay, if I had to
pick. Does he look like a Vin Diesel?
A Vin Diesel. Who's Vin Diesel? Is that my husband?
No, it's Vin
Who's
Diesel.
my husband? My husband's The Rock.
Your husband's
Okay.
The Rock, yeah.
Okay. All right. His eyes looked
Is that my husband?
kind of like Putin's.
Okay.
Very steel-like eyes.
Okay.
His eyes look like Putin's eyes. His mouth was luscious, but not like a baboon's ass.
Luscious, but not like a baboon's ass.
Yeah, he had luscious lips, but not like a baboon's ass. Okay. Not like over bloated like Angelina Jolie's or anything.
Oh,
just nice full lips. Okay.
Okay.
And his nose did not look like a penis. It was a nice nose.
Well, that's good.
But his ears were nice too, but at the very tops, just slightly, like you'd really have to look to notice it.
Yeah.
Just slightly pointed. Slightly, like you wouldn't even mention it.
Not like a
Not like an elf. Okay, no. He had a cleft chin.
Cleft chin?
Like he had like a...
Oh, okay. A butt chin.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
A butt chin.
I gotta, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was very, very good looking. Like, I don't know how to... Oh, okay. All right. Oh, I can tell you who he was built like.
Pitbull?
All right, no. Listen. I can tell you who he was built like from the waist up.
Who?
Luke. He was hot. He was ass smacking hot. You know how Luke is like muscled? You know how he's muscled?
Yep.
Why are you laughing? He was like ass smacking hot. No, I'm serious. And from the waist down, like I don't really look at Luke from the waist down because we're always sitting down somewhere, so I don't really look. I don't look. Stop it. Stop. Please stop.
I have no comment.
This is one of our customers, people that we're talking about. He is like,
I have no
he's
comment.
totally ass smacking hot.
No
Like he
comment.
really is. He knows it too.
No
He
comment.
struts out the last round. No, I'm serious. You know he really does. And he's like, no, he's hot. No, I don't mess with him though. I like him. He's my buddy. He's my buddy. But if you women could see him, you'd be like, damn. Let me tap that. Let me tap that over and over and over. Okay? Like over and over and over. Like that kind of tapping it. Like smack taplicious. Smack taplicious. Steve can hardly talk. His face is turning red. He can't even talk. Because I'm telling you, this guy's hot. Like, he really is. He's like, yeah, smacking hot. He's not listening to this anyway. He don't even know it's on. He's got better shit to do. But honestly, actually, he's real busy. But, so, like, from the waist up, he looks like that. Like, his muscles are very firm. Very big and bulgy and firm. But not fat. He's not fat.
Got it.
He's bulgy. You like bulgy, right? Do you like bulgy, Steve? Do you like it bulgy? His face is really red. Steve's face is very red over here. Holy shit. So you're on fire. Anyway, so he looked really good. He was tall, but you also could sense the danger and the evil. So I'm not going to joke around anymore about it because he was.
Well, that part's not cool.
But yet, he was not there. He was there in the flesh. Right. You could see him, but he wasn't there. What they had done is, when they did their ritual, they had, for the first time ever, they have called forth a physical being. And the reason they did it is because this physical being is one that can destroy them. And they wanted the rest of them to see it.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to tell you why. You're going to say, well, didn't some of them come from Judas? Didn't some of them, aren't they, condemned? No, they're not. So let me explain how this works. So if a person has a family member that is very young and dies and is not talking or speaking or doesn't get the chance to go to church or anything, does God condemn them? Absolutely not. So when you have these creatures that were put in that position, God doesn't condemn them. Why would he? Also, when you have those that decide to become that, God doesn't condemn them either, because they are not, they're a creature like any other on earth and can make their decisions on who they're going to worship, not worship, believe, not believe. Everybody assumes that a vampire is somebody that's turned their back on Christ, and that's actually not the case. It's just a different type of creature. Immortality is a different type of thing. But the reason they called forth this being is because they wanted everybody there to know who would be out to destroy them, because he's going to be out to destroy them just like he is anybody else that he can't control, and they're going to be all uncontrollable at the time. Your seekers, uncontrollable. Your vampires, uncontrollable. Your shape-shifting people, uncontrollable. Certain straight-up non-transformational humans, uncontrollable. This is what he's going to go after first. Now, I was lucky enough to actually get to go. And I did get to go. And I'm not, one of their kind. But I did get my silver piece. And I'll have Steve put it on today. It's not something that I need. I appreciated the thought for the guy that let me go, but it isn't something that I'm going to need, which is good. So Steve is going to be putting some things on tonight for you guys to look at, and he will also put that. So you want to look up Vampire Symposium, so you can copy it. But you want to put this YouTube video on so they can hear it.
Yeah, right, sure.
And you want to let them know that they actually conjured him so people could see what he looked like.
Right.
For those that, haven't listened to this. But we're going to have one heck of a show tomorrow, because we will be organized. Thursday, organized. Wednesday, organized. So there's going to be quite a lot for you guys to listen to. Steve, is there anything you want to tell them?
Watch yourself.
What?
Watch yourself.
Watch yourself.
Okay. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff coming up this week, so make sure you're listening.
Oh, you definitely want to make sure.
You cut me off, didn't you?
No, I didn't cut you off. This thing is still running.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. Save highlight. I don't know what that means. I know you can mute the microphone, though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You can do that. All right. So, you guys, don't forget.
We're still on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't forget to check out tunneltolight.com. TUNNEL and the number 2 and then light. HauntedCuriosities.com. HauntedCollector.com.
No, HauntedCollector.net.
Oh, sorry. Yep, HauntedCollector.net. Steve will be adding some things on tonight, and we will be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.